Shabby Geekers. Welcome back to Shabby Geek. Can't we do that properly? Press the wrong bloody button straight away. Hello! It's weird this, because this is the only second time I've ever done a live stream on my own, ever. I did a test about 15 months ago, and I was just bored. I mean, maybe it's because we didn't do ZSR last week. I ended up, well, me and Tez did his Spectrum live stream, which, but we did USR. And I just thought, I just fancied a chat. I just fancied showing you all my stuff. And I was going to make a video. I was going to do a video of all the bargains and pickups I've done. But I've got so many of them. I thought, oh, forget it. We'll just have a chat. So, hey, thanks everyone for coming. I appreciate that. So, anyway, before I start saying hello to everybody, our Matt, Zero Hunter Toys, as you know, he went to the hospital today. And he said to us all, he'll reach out and tell us all how it went. So I've got a message of him to share with you all. So let's just give you this. Our Matthew turned around and said, all went well today. He spent 6 hours having an infusion and he has to do it all again on the 14th. So speedy recovery, Matthew. I hope you're feeling better, mate. So I just wanted to tell everyone that he seems to be all right. So that's pretty good. That's awesome. Right, let's see who's here. Hello, Des T. Good old Des is here. Kieran's here. How you, Kieran? Oh, what, Keith? Keith's here. G-Force is here. Look at this. Awesome. Jonathan's here. Good evening. DTM. Hello, DTM. Yeah, no, I've got some loads of stuff again. I've got to slow down because I bought some cabinets and stuff like that as well. So I'll be making, I'm not going to show my cabinets today, obviously, but I've got some and I'm going to show you. It's funny, isn't it? Because you move into a bigger room and you think, oh, I've got so much space. And I remember we moved in here about a year ago. And I remember turning around and saying, I've got loads of space. This will take me years to fill up. I'm looking for new shelves already. It's weird, isn't it, being a collector, how much you get. So, hey, Gerard, how are you? Let's have a look. Keith. ISI. Rolando. It's going to be weird me talking as well, because usually it's like I said, this is only the second time I've done it without repeating myself. So usually you either on a guest with somebody who talks, or you've got two other lads here that you talk to. So you're going to have to keep me posted. You're going to have to keep talking away. I don't want to see it going, oh no, what do I talk about? So I know, pretty hard for me to not find something to talk about. But, oh, look at this. On a flight, and I can still watch Shabby live. You legend. Thanks, Gary. Oh, man. That's awesome. Up to what? 23, 24? Brilliant. Cheers, pal. Let's have a look. Yeah, no, it does, doesn't it? But you're going to have to bear with me with comments tonight, because it's the whole show's on me tonight. So that's pretty weird. Oh, look at this. Hiya, Connor. Hiya, pal. If I've missed anybody, I apologise. I'm just trying to get through so I can have a chat to you all. BTR, good old BTR, good old Matt. Hiya, pal. Everyone's here. Brilliant. Oh, one of my pals is our Scuba P. Let's have a look. Hey, Shabby, got to go to bed for an early start at work tomorrow, but we'll catch up the rewatch. Cheers, pal. All it is, mate, is me just showing stuff off that I've bought and having a chat to you lot. So that would be nice if you watch the replay. I appreciate that. He's one of our pals. Oh, cheers, pal. No problem at all. That's nice that you've come in, though, and said something. I appreciate that. Oh, here we go. The other Keith is here. That's awesome. Hiya, pal. So let's have a look. Everyone would say hello to each other. That's brilliant. Oh, a lovely cat. Cat's here. Brilliant. This is ace. It's weird because you have to stop. I have this thing where you're waiting for Tesla, you're waiting for Matt to talk. So you're talking and you're going, waiting for somebody else, but they're not talking. It's so weird. It is. It's weird. I don't know whether some of you, I mean, I know there's a fair few YouTubers in the chat now that, you know, you do your own live streams and stuff. But it is doing it, you know, so you'll know it's weird doing it on your own. It's very strange. But I know Matt was, like I said, Matt was doing his, he had to go to the doctors today, and I think Tez is working, so I had no choice but to do it on my own, really. So, oh, our Luke, there he is. Here, oh, our another Luke, him, the Lego King. How are you? I know I've got some good stuff as well, and I like these sort of videos because, especially in the community, because you know, for ages I've been moaning and moaning about prizes of this and prizes for that, and I heard myself one day, and it's funny this because I was talking to the lads on the Instagram chat a couple of nights ago about it, and I remember buying the Mudhorn. I was out with G-Force and Scuba, went to Target, and I bought the Mudhorn Black Series. It was, and with tax, it was 40 quid. And it's the first time in years and years of collecting that I just felt, this ain't right. You know, I don't really want to go into a, you know, pick up a toy or pick up something that collects and just have a funny feeling about it. So I made my mind up then, no more pre-orders. I'm just going, well, unless it's a pre-order that I definitely want, but that's it. It's all finished with now. So I just look for bargains or, you know, and when you go into places like Ollie's and Walmart at the moment, and they're clearing everything out, which I will show you in a minute. It's awesome. Just patience in it, basically. Hi, Gilster. Oh, what's you on shoes? You were brilliant. You were brilliant on shoes, mate. Yeah. When you started to get a bit emotional about the community, I think anybody who watched it, I think we were all like that, weren't we? Like, oh, Gilster, don't, man. Especially me, I'm a right big softie. Oh, man. But yeah, you were brilliant on it. Let's have a look. VTR, Jonathan. Hiya, Bri. I know it's, yeah, well, yeah, I know it, but it's just, I think, because I've been on YouTube now for about 3.5 years. And like I say, this is my second time ever doing it on my own. So it's weird, isn't it? It's like, in a way, that's why I'm so glad you all turned up for. Thank you so much. It would have been a nightmare, wouldn't it, if I was in here on my own? But no, I appreciate that because it's like you're talking on your own, but I'm not. I'm talking to everybody, so that's perfect. Shabby interrupts himself. yeah, basically. Let's have a look. Are you Shabby? Are you, pal? Let's have a look. Let's not saying that. Yeah. Say hello to everyone in the chat. Good lad. Oh, good old Robbie boy. Are you, pal? How are you, Rob? I'm going to mention Rob a few times because I got a couple of things that Rob sent some stuff in. So I bought a couple of things to add on to what Rob sent, which was pretty cool. And the things I don't really collect, but they were awesome. And I don't know whether you lot do it or not. You know, if someone sends you something or you get something and you say, oh, I'm all right with the one, I'm all right, I'll just put this up. And then you think, oh, I'll just get one or two, you know, start a collection of him. So that's what I've been doing. So, there we go. So, right, I'm at the bottom. So first of all, I want to share something with you. Let's have a look. And it was weird, this, because I don't know whether you all know or not, but this broke my heart today. It is this right here. Oh, man. There I am. That made me so sad today. Oh, one of the lads sent, I think it was Josh and a couple of other lads sent it to me, and I was absolutely gutted. It was weird as well because Geekstrong sent me a message saying, Shabby, you got to watch Collecting Star Wars' video. You'll love it at this minute. And it was in me like a Pee-wee impersonator. But what a shame, man. I've loved this character since I was a kid. I mean, me and my three brothers, Pee-wee's Big Adventure was never off in our house in the 80s. I mean, I just fell in love with him. I really did. And I know he's quirky and I know he wasn't for everybody and so forth, but I just liked his uniqueness. He always put a smile on my face, you know. And then when I came to the States the first time around and found out there was an actual TV show, I don't think it was ever shown in England. And if it did, I didn't know about it. I was elated. So, yeah, to see that today, it's that was very, very sad. But the thing is, I didn't know the bloke, so it's not as if I'm absolutely gutted. But all I want to say is, you know, thank you so much for entertaining us for 40 years. You've been absolutely brilliant. It was sad, man. It really was. And the funniest thing is like I said, I have a collection of Pee-wee in my room. I mean, everyone knows that's watched me on the live streams or whatever for years knows I'm a big, big fan of Pee-wee. And it's just, you know, it's just one of those things, isn't it? I suppose, you know, it's funny, isn't it? Because people like that, because they're not always in the public eye, you only know them from like a couple of things, like doing DJ Rex at Star Wars, or obviously Pee Wee, who was in the film Mystery Men. He doesn't really, you know, he's not someone you think about constantly. So when something like this happens, yeah, I was absolutely gutted. I really was, but I don't know. What a shame, eh? Sad, but anyway, brilliant. Let's just get back to the chat before I start showing you stuff. Let's have a look. Yeah, I know you do, mate. I know you do, and that's the thing. I think that's why when I saw you on the streets getting a bit emotional, I think that's why I think speak for a lot of people. That's why a few people got a bit emotional about it, because we know you're a true guy, Gilston. We're like, oh man, that's awesome. Yeah, I reckon so. I reckon we should do that, definitely. Hi, Delvian. Hiya, pal. How are you? Let's have a look. Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people, you know, bring up the thing that happened in the cinema, but it was, I'm not sticking up for anybody, but it was 30 years ago for one, and, you know, it was an adult theatre. It's not as if he's watching Bedknobs and Broomsticks at the Odeon, do you know what I mean? But, and it's not something that we all haven't either been caught doing or not doing, you know. So I felt for him, I really did. But anyway, he was in Matilda and Batman Returns, and it's funny as well because in Kieran, by the way, in Batman's Returns, Simone, that's in Pee Wee's Big Adventure, Pee Wee, the waitress, she actually plays the Penguin's mother. So there you go. I've got a t-shirt. I'm going to wear it on USR next week. I've got a t-shirt that says, "Tell him Large Marge sent you." Honestly, it's just one of the most quotable movies of all time. I just love it to pieces. I know, you see what I mean? Everybody does it. So, let's have a look. Nice Dream. Have I seen that one? I'm not sure whether I've seen that or not. With respect to you, definitely does. Yeah, exactly, DTM. If you haven't seen it, honestly, if there's anyone in this chat that hasn't seen Pee Wee's Big Adventure, it's just a simple, lovely story. He gets his bike stolen and he's got to go to the Alamo to get it back, and it's the adventure he goes on through it. It's absolutely brilliant. So yeah, it was sad that he died today. It really was. Hi, Rolando. Let's have a look. Oh, hiya, pal. Hiya. That was a great. I did their show last week. I think it came out on Friday, and I saw some of the comments. So some of the comments you lads left in, that was awesome. I appreciate that. Well, lovely lads, Martin and Adam. I had a really good time. It was nice that, because sometimes especially when you see their backgrounds and all those vintage collections and the way so that's out, you think, oh, what the fans? What am I doing here? Boss Bounty, only one I can understand. What am I doing here? But no, they were brilliant. I had a great time. Yeah, that's him in Blow. Yeah, that's him with Johnny Depp. Let's have a look. Yeah, and how brilliant was that? You know, listen, there's not one lad in here that can be offended by that. Do you know what I mean? That's the way I look working out. And if there is, let me know. Hi, Gaz. Hi, pal. Well, you should watch it. It's good. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Right there. Really good. It was really good. Cheers, Connor. Right, so I'm all the way down to the bottom. So first things first, what I want to show you is I want to show you these. So I ever since I came into this house about a year ago, I remember watching, we're all big fans of VTR. VTR set up these D-tops all the way down, and he put these lights in them all. And I thought, that's awesome. That's really, and I loved the way VTR set up his stuff. It was like on one side and another, and then he had the, you know, his restoration desk and so forth. And just the way he lit it was nice. So I was trying to work out, I didn't want to copy VTR, but I wanted to have a way that mine, it was like it was inspired by him, and so I did it like that. So all the way around my room, I'm not going to move my camera because I'm on my own. If I had knocked my internet out or whatever, I'm still, so you just have to bear with me. But all the way around my room goes like this. It's all lit up like so. And I've put LEDs in it, but I don't know whether some of you lads have used LEDs or not. They're a bit of a nightmare, aren't they? Because sometimes your strip's not long enough. Oh, have you ever done that when you put it or stick it all on and you realise it's nowhere near your plug? I'm not saying that I've done that, but you have to go over to your plug. Oh, what the fancy? You take your plug out, you got to start all over again. And the thing about it as well is, I'm a cheapskate. I don't buy the expensive LEDs. I look for the ones on clearance and I buy them, which is good. Don't get me wrong, but the adhesive on them isn't that good. And also the lights, when you've got them on different colors or whatever, the lights change color a bit. So sometimes you've got like a white next to like a bluish white next to like a yellowish white. So it doesn't sit nice and so forth. Maybe it's me, maybe it's because I'm just buying cheap LED lights. But I wanted to try something else. And for some reason, I don't know, I was watching something, I caught something about motion cabinet lights. And I thought, motion cabinet lights, what are these? I hate batteries. I'm a nightmare for them, you know, because they don't seem to last that long. And the plugs or whatever, I was going to think, well, if I had to plug something in, like puck lights. I know Scuba's got these awesome puck lights and stuff. That looks pretty cool. But the way my room's shaped, it's weird. So I wanted to something that I could just easily replace, take on, take off. Well, yeah, I found these. And I'll show you what they are. Bargain number one. It's these right here. They're called motion sensor cabinet lights, right? And a couple of weeks ago, it was Prime Day in Amazon Prime Day in America. I don't know whether it was in the countries you're from. So these were dirt cheap. So I thought, you know what? I'll buy dirt cheap ones and then I'll try them out. And if they work and so forth, then I can go from there, basically. If I need to buy more expensive ones or I need to buy better ones, I can just go. So the ones I got were 30 LEDs. And I think that means what's in there, what's actually in the lights, because there was 60 LEDs, there was 80 LEDs. And then you can get them all different sizes as well. So you can get them like 8-inch, 12-inch. I think these are 8-inch ones, which are right here. So I thought, put it in the middle of a shelf, 8-inch, that'll look all right. And how they work is you get this metal strip and you stick an adhesive on the actual top of the cabinet, metal strip, and you put them up there like so. They're also pretty cool because they're motion detected. So they can turn themselves, they've got this sensor right here. So when you walk past, they turn on for about 20, 30 seconds and turn off, which is great, which means you don't have to burn, you know, the lights out. It takes about 2 or 3 hours to charge them. And how boring is this? I'll get to a point. It takes about 2 or 3 hours to charge them, but they last. If you have them on the motion detector and they flick on and flick off, they last about 8 weeks. But on a full charge, if you keep them on, they last for about 8, 9 hours. And I thought, that's perfect for me. That's awesome. And only a USB charger. It's not as if I have to go all out. But wait till you see how they work. Right? So look at that. I couldn't believe it. Look at that. So obviously I'll just put it on the sensor, but wow. So yeah, and these, so it's bargain number one. You see now I'm telling this story now, all about bargains. These bad boys for $2 was only $12. That was it on Amazon. And they work great. They work really good. So I put one in my Lego, and I think I put a picture up on Instagram and Twitter. And every time you walk past the Lego, it turns on and turns off. But these are fantastic. They really are. So once I get these new cabinets up, and I'm making a video of what I'm putting in these cabinets, I'm going to buy some more of these. But for that price, you can't go wrong, can you? Brilliant. So yeah. So you don't, my point, the moral of the story is, Shabby Geekers, you don't have to go mad and buy $40, $50 ones of these. Buy the cheap ones. They work brilliantly. So I'll just show you again. Look at that. Like a lightsaber. So anyway, so that was bargain number one. I'm blind. You see? Got the jums. Oh, yeah, them bloody jums on shoes yesterday. What were those like? Let's have a look. Shabby's lights are the real reason behind the energy crisis. For $12, though. I mean, the one on sale, I think they were $24, which again, $12 a light. That's not bad, is it? But I got them for $12, which is awesome. And they always do stuff like on Amazon, don't they? But there's loads. That's what I'm telling you. That's why I'm telling you to get the cheap ones, because there's loads of them. And I don't want you to think, oh, I'm going to have to go for those $40, $50 ones. And you don't have to. Do you know what I mean? When the $12 ones. You see, the things you learn watching Shabby Geek, I tell you. Oh, look who's here. Hey, Red 5. Hey, pal. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's exactly what I mean, Keith. That's exactly what I mean. Yeah, well, look at this. We've got 42 people watching my big ass talk away. So, yeah, I really appreciate it. Let's have a look. I'm missing. Excuse me, again. We've got that one, not the jumps yet. Like Scuba's, yeah. But I'm all right because I keep my dogs out. I've got dogs, and obviously I have baby gates. But when I put the new shelving in, which you'll see on the video, the dogs won't be able to come in. So I'm all right for that. But yeah, I can kind of work it out. But it's weird because a couple of nights ago, I forgot I put one on. And I came in the room with something, it turned on and I wet myself. I was like, oh, no, well, fair enough. Let's have a look. Yeah, well, exactly. But these cost $12, not $200 and something dollars like those bad boys cost. Let's have a look. You should work for well. I was still. I'm just sharing it with you, Des, just in case you go, oh, if only I had some way of recharging my lights. There you go, you see. They work great in the toilet so you don't pee all over the floor in the middle of the night. Yeah, well, that's the thing too. And you put them in a closet and you open them, or you meant to put them in the kitchen, do you know what I mean? Like underneath your counters, so gives it that moody lighting. Hey, I is super awesome. This is fantastic. I can't believe how many people turned up. Hey, Wizzy. Good old Wizzy's here. Let's have a look for probing aliens. What? It's not B&Q over here, it's Home Depot. It's Home Depot. I don't know. Oh, look who's here. Hiya, Johnny boy. Oh, look who's here. Good old biker. Well, that's the thing. You see, this is the thing, and like I said, don't get me wrong. If I bought decent LEDs, if the strips, I don't want anyone in the chat when I do mine with LEDs. Shabby, you cheeky. I don't really like. I just buy the cheap ones. You know, if Dollar Tree did them, for example, I'd buy them in there. That's what I'm saying. You know, you can see though they're not really. They're all like that part right there. He's on, but it's coming off the adhesive and all, and it looks a bit tacky. The way I do it looks tacky anyway. So. I just went to something different, a bit of a change. Oh, wow, this is going so fast. You're going to have to calm down, lads. I just popped up on the feed. It just popped up on the feed, so I had to join in. So, well, I'm going to show you some stuff that I got, John. I got some awesome stuff, and I've got to slow down, though, man. My missus is going to go mental because I only made this video about 2 weeks ago. That's why I haven't really made any shabby videos with it, because I thought I need to calm down. But I went out. But my wife has started her own business and it's boomed it. She's done really, really well. So we decided to treat ourselves. And yeah, I got a couple of good bargains as well. I love bargains. I love them to pieces. Shabby has the safety light. No, it's like Hotel California. You can come anytime you want, but you can never leave, you know. So, oh, man. Yeah, that's what I mean. These are LED strip, but I think mine were like, yeah, probably about 10 and 11. I've just changed them to these, Johnny boy, to these. Well, I haven't changed them yet. Obviously, you can still bloody see them, but I will be changing them. So I just bought a couple, and yeah, they've turned out all right. Our Tez, hey, pal. yeah, say more than that. Brilliant. Shabby's no. Yeah, I was thinking that too because I loved having my Christmas tree up at Christmas. And as you all know that have known me over the years, you know I'm a massive fan of Christmas. I was thinking this year if I put my tree up, I don't think I'm going to take it down. I think I'm going to... Well, it's full of like pop culture stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like Jason got me the TARDIS to put on it and that kind of thing. So I don't know. I'm going to have to... I'd love to keep my tree up, but I know I'm a bit sad. I know it's sad, but anyway, let's have a look. Hey there, Des. Oh, it is a tourist attraction, Kieran. Loads of people have been. Oh, well, yeah. But the thing is about my missus, it's like funny because I'll tell her about a video I made a month ago, and she don't watch it. She's not. If she comes in here, she might even come in and say hello. You never know about RJ when she could be lurking. Yeah, I know. That's the thing. Christmas lights are nice, but I was thinking that was really funny. That I was thinking of Christmas lights before that because I like the way Christmas tree lights and they last ages, don't they? But I just thought I'll try these, and like I said, with that power, can't go wrong, can you? You know, so. Shabby, I have to go. All right, mate, no problem. Thanks for popping in. Unfortunately, I'll be in the War UK he's keeping me dry, busy these days, but I'll watch it later. No problem. All right, pal. Thank you, my friend. Right, well, let's get to some bargains. Dun, 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 dun. Right, so this is the first thing I bought. Right, I mentioned Rob's Retro before. And the reason I mentioned Rob, because Rob bought me the Indiana Jones figures like that. He sent them in a gift or whatever. Now, as I said in that video, I love these. I think they're brilliant, but I wasn't going to get them because I never had them as a kid. Weird that, innit? I never had Indiana Jones. I can't remember this line at all. And then Matt pulled out, you've heard me say this before, Matt pulled out the 2010 ones. He started collecting all them, didn't he? Zero Hunter toys, with the truck, and he's got one that's got I think it's a German soldier on a bike and a sidecar, and that is absolutely brilliant. So I bought another one. So this is the one I got for that. I got Belloc. Pretty cool, isn't it? Now, you're going to have to help me out in the chat because, like I said, I'm not a person who acts like he knows what he's talking about if he doesn't. This was a mail order in the 80s, right? So you couldn't buy this in the 80s on the card, or was it you couldn't buy it in the stores, but you had to mail away for this one? Is that right? So anyway, I got Belloc. Awesome. And Matt also sent those turtles. These bad boys right here. Do you remember them? And again, me and Si have two younger brothers, so there was always turtles in the house. I can't remember if me and Si got them or not, but he got me the four of them, and I thought, that's really nostalgic. That's really cool. And we went to Walmart, and it wasn't as if I was looking for these, but I found them. I found Shredder, which is right there. Not bad. And where's the other one? There he is. And what's he called? Krang, is it? Krang. Oh, look at these. So I thought, you know what? Bloody Rob's Retro sending me stuff. You know what I mean? Now I have to start collecting it. I'll get the ones I know. Like if there was an April, I'll get an April. And if there's a Splinter or a Shredder or whatever, I'll get them. And I'll just make it a little nice set of them. So I'm not going to go all out and buy loads of them. But these are cool. And this is the bargain part, you see. Under $10. What were they? $9.97, something like that. Bargain. And the cards are awesome. Look how straight and nice the cards are. And they're thicker. These are done by you Playmates. So I like these. I like them a lot. So we've got Indiana Jones stuff. And we've got Turtle stuff. New stuff at Shabby'S. So thanks for turning me on to them, Rob. They were brilliant. Wow, hang on a minute. What's this? Oh, Scuba Pete, man. Thank you, pal. That's awesome. Oh, man, I don't know. It makes me feel like I'm famous. Oh, fuck. That's awesome. Cheers, Scuba. I appreciate that, man. I really do. Well, ask our side. Oh, no, that sounded dead weird. No, I meant, yeah, maybe. It's a myth. It's a myth. Oh, the bloody stone. Well, in a way, yeah. I mean, I think saying that, that's why I never class myself as a vintage or a modern collector ever. I'm a toy collector. I love toys. If I went to a thrift shop and saw something from the 60s, 70s, 80s, and I thought, that's awesome, or it brings something back, I'll buy it. If I go into Walmart, Target, and I see a modern thing and I think, oh, that's awesome, I'll buy it. So I like doing that myself, because I know a lot of people prefer either vintage or modern. I like them both. I think they're brilliant. I'll just buy whatever, whatever flips my switch, if you will. Thank you. Yeah, Belloc and mail order. There are 5 or so carded Bellocs, and they are a fortune, are they? Wow. No, I won't say. Hi, Kev. Hi, buddy. And if I've missed anybody, I apologise. Let's have a look. Retro. See, look at this. Also, they haven't done one yet. I'm glad you said that too, because like I said, I remember, I'll tell you, when we and Si went through those tubs, I think there was 1 or 2 battered turtles in there. So I definitely know we had him. But I just thought, yeah, Rob sent those 4. And I thought, yeah, I'll carry on with that a little bit. And the same as the Indiana Jones. But I've been reading somewhere, and the lads have been saying that the Indiana Jones line's not going on anymore. And that's coming to an end. So that might be easy for me to get hold of if it's coming to an end. Here he is. Yeah, cheers. You see what you've made me do, Rob? So I told you a couple of days ago. The amount of TNT stuff, NECA. Oh, NECA stuff, yeah. I know it's It's beautiful, I mean, I've got to admit, you know, I'm glad you brought this up, Johnny Boy, because that San Diego Comic Con that's just gone was probably one of the best reveals I've ever seen. I mean, it was just everything from the Thundercats lair to the HasLab. I just thought all this stuff is amazing. Some of the stuff they were doing, Sideshow did some great stuff. Who else did it? Black Series was a little bit not. I mean, I like what came out, but there wasn't that much, was there really, for Black Series? But everything else, I mean, GI Joe, man, GI Joe is just going crazy, isn't it? I've been sorting stuff in the attic and found Josh's Nickelodeon TMNT sewer action playset. Well, get these then. What you should do is you to get hold of that, Tez, clean it up a bit and buy these because they're exactly the same and they're a tenner. So you can't go wrong, can you? That is awesome, Tez. Yeah, that is cool. These Impossibles, right? So there's a foot, right? So that's the sort of things I want. I don't want to go out with all like side characters and so forth because it's like I said. I mean, I know about Turtles. I've got a big Turtles plaque in my toy room, so I like them. Don't get me wrong, and I think they're awesome. But I was never really a massive collector of them, so I'll just collect. Like I said, if I've got a spare tenner, I go to Walmart and I see one, I'll just grab him. That sewer playset is awesome. You're right. So will you be doing a live set this Friday, Tez? Yeah, Tez is live this Friday. I think it's on Tez's channel. Was it? No, it's on Matt's, isn't it? Tez just did. I don't know. That's all. Right, okay, so Foot Soldiers are out now. So this line I got, they must have just come out then because I've not seen them before. So they just must be out. Right, okay. Wow, I never knew that. That I didn't know. See, that's why I'm out with you boys talking. Oh, Jonathan. No idea. Right, do you want to see a bargain? This is a bargain. This is an awesome bargain. So, this is something I would never have got. As you know, who watches ESR, I'm not really the world's biggest Star Trek fan, right? I've started watching the 60s one. I've just watched the first episode, The Man Chap. I was talking to our Scuba about it, and Scuba's like, yeah, Shabby, that's awesome. And it was awesome. It's weird as well, though, because I tried that Discovery about a year and a half ago, and that wasn't brilliant. I thought, oh no, I can't really get into this one, so I left it. But then when Strange New Worlds came out, I thought, oh, you know what, I'm going to give it a try. I love Strange New Worlds. I love it, and I know it's a bit cheesy. I don't know whether diehard Star Trek fans like it or not, but because I'm not diehard in the Star Trek lore, I'm enjoying it for what it is. Because it's weird. Because if Strange New Worlds was done like Star Wars or something, I don't think I'd like it as much. I'd be moaning, going, oh, this is cringy, but because it's Star Trek. But I love it. I absolutely love it. And I hear the lads talk about Next Generation and Deep Space Nine. And I know it's not Star Trek, that Babylon 5 one you keep telling me to watch. So I thought, I'm going to go through this. So Jen goes to bed a lot earlier than I do. So I'll sit up and I'll watch Star Trek. And I've started to watch the 60s one. But anyway, I went into Walmart and I found this. Now, I know Super Awesome is in the chat, did a video on this. And it's awesome. And it lights up, I think. And obviously it's got the sounds. Not where you can hear the sounds. So it's old 60s Star Trek, but this was like $40 when it came out. This is a shabby bargain live stream. $15. Look at that. $15. Can't go wrong, can you? So if you're in the States at the moment, try and get into Walmart, man. I don't know whether they're getting ready for Christmas and all that, but the Walmarts were absolutely packed just full of clearance stuff. So that's one I got right there, which is pretty cool. Let's have a look. Right. Nick had some great stuff. Oh, they are. You talking to each other. Brilliant. Let's have a look. Right. Cool. I'll watch that. I'll try that one. Right. Yeah. I liked her from Walking Dead, though. I thought she was awesome in The Walking Dead. So I thought I'll give it a shot and all that. I couldn't really get into it. And I don't know whether they were talking too much about Star Trek history. I'm not really sure about, but there was just something. And Michelle Yeoh, I'm a massive fan of Michelle Yeoh, aren't we all? So I thought I'd give it a try, but it didn't. No, but Strange New World. It's Spock's wife. Shabby's got the biggest crush on Spock's wife. To bring, I can watch it forever. Next Generation is your favorite. Well, I'm definitely going to try that. But the panelists are like, but there's another thing. I've said this before that kind of wears me out about it, because I don't know whether to do I watch like 2 seasons, then a movie, then 1 season, then a movie, then half a season, or do I watch all just the seasons and then do the movies after it? You know, I think that's what's the hardest thing about it is for me. I don't know where I'm up to, you know. Lower Decks, yeah, Lower Decks. I've never watched Lower Decks, but they just did an episode of Strange New World putting Lower Decks characters in there, and they were good. So, right. So I'm not the only one then. Well, I can't say it doesn't feel like Star Trek. I don't know anything about bloody Star Trek, but yeah, there was something about it, wasn't there, lads? Oh, of his old guitar? Has he found a guitar? That says I can't. Yeah, it was awesome. It was brilliant. Hello, Miriam. Hello, Miriam. Nice to see you, pal. Yeah, and for $15 DTM. $15, and it's big. It's a big thing. Like I said, Super Awesome's done a bit. I mean, I'm going to open this one. And there's another thing, too. The reason I'm sorting shelves out is to put all my box stuff that I really want to keep boxed away. Put all these shelves behind me. Because from there, you can see on the video, but over there, it's all boxed and it don't look right. So GeForce is going to come around, and I watched GeForce video where he made those stands, which are awesome. So I thought, oh, I'll get me and Lucy. So, you know, we'll make our own stands. And then I've got like one-off figures or one-off things like this, where I'm not going to start collecting a line, but I've got a Halo figure, and I've got like some two or three DC Multiverse, and, you know, G.I. Joes and that kind of thing. So I'd like to open them and set them all out, really. But yeah, look at the size of it. It's pretty big. I was happy with that. Another thing. Are you ready for another bargain? Ollie's $7. Ollie's is going mad for Black Series. Honestly, it's got it. I've never seen anything like it, and it's just baffling. I'm, you know, as you all know, I'm a Black Series collector. I've been collecting Black Series since day one, and the amount of times I've been on the live streams, and oh, there's only got 2 or 3 in the store. You go to Ollie's, it's like Christmas Day. It's unbelievable. How many archives, how many of these Mandalorians? And the funniest thing is, they have, I mean, look at the cards, so they're immaculate. So they must have just bought them from the factory and sent them straight to Ollie's. But these being $25 in Target, Walmart, whatever, to get for $7, that's it. So you can't go wrong with it. So Ollie's is fantastic for it. But the amount of archives, they had 3PO, Emperor, Dengar, Boosh, Old Han, and Rogue One Black Series. They had New Old Black Series. You've seen that on a couple of videos I bought from there. But these are stuff we never saw in the shops at full price. You go into Ollie's, and they're all there. You're like, what the France? You know, so Ollie's has been brilliant. And I went into Ollie's as well to buy another one of those big Fortnite motorboats, but they're all gone. They had a massive stack when I bought one. I thought, oh, these are awesome. And then I saw GeForce is customizing one, and I think Captain Cave, I saw him, Josh Wallen, I saw him on Instagram. He was customizing one. I'll get another one and see what they've gone. But if they get any more, I'll get some more in. Well, another bargain is that bad boy. Now, I was talking to only one about these months ago, and he was saying, are you going to start collecting these, Shab? And I thought, no, I can't do it. I can't go down another line because, you know, I do the Moto Origins, and obviously the Black Series, and then I'm starting to get banging to G.I. Joe big time, the classified ones. And then you pick up other things like the real Ghostbusters and the Transformers 86 I've got loads of. But I always admire this, and I thought if I'm going to get one, I'm going to get the Falcon. And when it came out, it was, what, $45, I think it was. And it lights up, and it comes with little figures and so forth. So I thought, nice, but at $45, I've kind of talked myself out of that. I don't really want to spend $45 just for something I'm going to go, oh, that's awesome, put it on my shelf. But I didn't pay $45, Shabby Geekers. I paid, oh, where is it? Right there. $18. Look at, not bad for under 20 quid. Look at that. Bargain. So it's weird, it comes with Han, Leia, Chewbacca, and Ben, Obi-Wan Kenobi, but I would have thought it'd come with Luke, but apparently it lights up. I'll open it on a video, definitely. It lights up, and it's got some extra features, and you can take the back off, and that's the back of it, which is right there. So yeah, $18. Not bad at all. Right, let's put that there. You see? Look at all this toy goodness. Right, let's just get to the chat. Yeah, I know I'm getting some awesome stuff. I say so, innit? I'm a big kid. I love this sort of stuff. I love going out and finding bargains. It's weird. I bought loads of stuff at one time. And I was out with Jen and I thought, right, if I pick up a load of him, and you'll see tonight, and then Jen will probably say, yeah, I can get this or that or so forth. She said I could have it all. I was like, bingo, great day out. Oh, right. Well, now you're thinking, because it said season 1 episode. I was watching on I think they were on Amazon or Paramount. I think Paramount was on it, but I go on to my Amazon Fire Stick, and so I pressed episode 1, season 1, but that's not the first one. But it was good. I enjoyed it. It's weird as well because they're using that sort of volume thing on Strange New World. So after you watch that and how good the effects are, then you watch the 60s Star Trek, you're kind of like, But I just took myself, don't think about all the cardboard cut Shabby and the battery test. But I tell you what, the story was brilliant. I loved it. Has he bought a guitar or something? Is that what's going on here? I don't know anything about his the electric guitar. Do you think you're Bryan Adams or something? Is that what? So what's going on? I'm starting to get into it. I really am. And I think that's what it is. It's easy for us, especially me. I can't talk for you lot, but when you sit there moaning about like Secret Invasion by Marvel was just awful. And the last season of Mandalorian was just, I was like, so I just thought, you know what? Instead of moaning about stuff you don't like, try and watch something that you might like. So I went into Strange New Worlds and I'm watching that new Star Trek, and yeah, I'm loving it. It's brilliant. See, Deep Space Nine, a lot of people tell me as well, and for some reason, again, Babylon 5, but no, I watched it all. And it wasn't bad. I mean, the thing is, I was talking to Jeff Barker and our side comic book readers, and said, "Is this anything?" I tried to understand why it was called Secret Invasion, because I know there was a comic run called Secret Invasion. And I messaged him and said, is this the same as that? And he said, no, it's not even the same story, Shabby. So I thought, oh, right, okay. So here we go. The Cage. Right, so the second one is the one I watched then. Is that what you're saying, Kieran? The one I watched, the Man Trap, that was the actual pilot with Kirk. Yeah? What's on them, the movies? Right, okay, right. Very nice. Hello, Camilla. Yeah, you see, I like it. I think it's pretty good. I think it's not bad at all. Oh man, honestly, Wizzy, my wife goes mental because every time we go out, I always want to go to it. It's great. It's a great stuff, and I'm all for that. Listen, I'm not telling anybody about what anybody else does with their collection, what they spend on. But I'm not a rich bloke, you know what I mean? I've got 4 kids and this and that, so I've got to be careful with what I buy and everything else. So Ollie's to me is a godsend. I love it to pieces. Absolutely love it. It just got so much cool stuff. It used to be a time on the lads who go to Ollie's will tell you, until recently, Ollie's was hit and miss. You'd go in there and there'd be nothing in there. But now they're doing all that Black Series, and the Ghostbusters was in there, and Marvel. Do you want to see how much? I mean, I don't collect Marvel Legends, but the amount of Marvel Legends that's in there is ridiculous. All for dirt cheap. Oh, and well, let's have a look at what I picked up at Ollie's. Let's have a look. So I got that, obviously. I mean, I've been getting into the G.I. Joe line and I'm finding them there. $4.99. Oh, $4.99 at Ollie's. Now, this film wasn't brilliant. I didn't like it myself, but these figures are awesome. And I think it was GeForce that said, well, yeah, but you can always open them up, Shabby, as background characters like ninjas or whatever. And I thought, yeah, brilliant. So, yeah, got some more of them. They're talking about, what is it? Bargains. Me and GeForce, I know GeForce picked this up too. Amazon Prime Day. I got this one right here, this set, which is the 2 ninjas, the blue ninjas. Very nice. And this was about, how much was this, GeForce? About $40, $50. $22. It was $32, right? So I thought, oh, that's not bad. $32. You're knocking $20 off. But apparently, if I paid with Venmo, they said if you try your Venmo, we'll knock you another $10 off. So I got it for $22. Awesome. Like that. So that's pretty good. The nicest thing about this G.I. Joe line to me as well is I'm getting really into finding out the characters. So the lads, if I turn around to them, they'll probably tell you, I'll go, great, I bought him. Who is it? And then they'll tell me about them and his backstory and all that. So in a way, I'm buying him and I'm learning as I go along. So it's, yeah, I'm loving him. And I think G.I. Joe in a way stole the show, hasn't it, for the past year? I mean, it's unbelievable the stuff you get from him. Here's another one I got. This was only 17. That was it. And it's Stalker. But look, I mean, that's what I mean. Look at all the stuff you get with him. Hats, guns, scarves. How many rifles, how many accessories? I mean, yeah, granted, I'm not going to compare it with Star Wars. I know Star Wars is a license that Hasbro has to pay for, and this is their own thing, but it just makes it bang for your buck, doesn't it? Especially if you get it for a bargain, $17, and you get all that. So yeah, I'm loving buying these. I'm loving it. Awesome. What else did they get for G.I. Joe? Oh yeah. I got this one. Right, so, and it came in one of these. It must have come direct from Hasbro, but I bought it on Amazon. Now, this one I did pay not full price for it. It was in its 30s for some reason. Then it went down to 27. I bought it at 27. Now it's gone back up to 30 something. But I thought I was getting a bargain in. I thought there must be a reason why this figure is so expensive. It is this one. What's it called? Kamakura or something. Like so. So I got hold of the lads and I said, oh, look what I've got. And they all said, great. I said, well, is he like an oldish character? And they said, no, he's from the 90s. But he's awesome. He looks really cool. The only thing I don't like is the, not that I don't like the artwork. It just looks like it's from a Nickelodeon TV show, doesn't it? It doesn't look, because these are meant to be cool military ninja style characters. And, you know, you look at them and they're all badass with all their accessories. But that just looks like it should be an Adventure Time or World of Gumball or something. So I don't think the artwork goes with the actual figure line. I mean, if you think any different, let me know. But I like them. So, like I said, I'm going to open it anyway. All my G.I. Joes are going to be open. But I'm getting a really good collection of them now. But I can't believe they're over 100 already. It's unbelievable. So I didn't get into the vehicle. I didn't back the Hiss tank, and I didn't back the Dragonfly. I don't know that much about it. You know what I mean? So I thought I'll start with the figures. And the nicest thing about going into this type of line, not being a massive diehard fan, I don't need to pre-order them. I don't need to go, yeah, I need that certain figure now. If I see him on Amazon or in the stores and they're cheap or whatever, I'll just pick him up. So it's going to be like a long process, my G.I. Joe, to go through it like that. So awesome. $7 is still making a profit. Yeah, now I saw the shark. I might buy the shark as well. Because like I said, it's about £4 or £5, isn't it? They're not expensive at all. They're brilliant. Right. You're talking, see, spoiling it there. I don't know this. Yeah, I mean, for $18 as well, DTM, which I thought, yeah. And now I don't mind putting it on my shelf and I'll put the lights. I'll make a video, I'll put the lights in it and so forth and see how it actually works. But I had tons of those, not the Micro Machine ones, the ones that were in the 90s. We found some at a thrift shop and I bought loads, a big box just full of them. Endor was in there, Death Star was in there, and I sold them all. I just sold them. They worked for me. The only one I've got is one that's good old Scuba Pete sent me, an Imperial Shuttle one, which is really cool. But it's got Han and Chewie in it, driving the Imperial Shuttle. So I've got that one, and now I've got this one. Now that'll do me fine. I'm happy with them. I know, I get nervous, though. The problem with me, G-Force, as you well know, when I get nervous or when I get excited, I can't shut the France up, you know. But it'd be a bit weird if I sat here saying nothing, wouldn't it, Mark? We're going to look at it that way. The original Star Trek is not played in production order, but original I don't know what you mean by that. Transmission order. What does that mean? So does it do like the Clone Wars does? Jumps back and forth in time? You'll have to let me know. Oh, here we go. Found my guitar in the attic. Right. I was thinking, what he thinks he's blooming Jimi Hendrix. I wonder what was going on, Tez. Who read it up there? Yeah, his mum probably did. His mum, oh, bloody hell, he's playing that guitar. Hi. Good old BOE. I like them. Right. Well, that's what I was going to do too, because I know they've got the 60s ones in there in our Walmart. And I think they were going to do Strange New Worlds. I know they were going to cover all Star Trek, weren't they, Biker? And I thought, if I see any Strange New World ones, I'll grab a couple of them because I like that. But that's the nice thing about that line. You can just buy the series that you want. So obviously Next Generation for you, which is awesome. The comic book version, even the cartoon version of Secret, were far superior to right. So I'm not on my own, and everyone else thought it was rubbish. And that, I suppose that's worse if you read the cartoon. I mean, read the cartoon. What a plum! If you read the comic books, because you're going to be looking for a certain thing. And I mean, listen. I've moaned about the Marvel movies, and we had that discussion, didn't we, on ZSR about the strikes and all that sort of stuff. But it'd just be nice to come out of one after Endgame, because I loved Endgame. I loved it. I thought it was brilliant. And then ever since I've watched them, and they're all right. They're not, they're not sticking with me though, like they did when we were kids, which I'd love that again. Yeah, it was. Yeah, well, just like what my cup says. Yeah. Oh, it was terrible. It was terrible. And that's the thing. I think, like I said on Friday, that's why I don't think that anyone, I can't talk about your countries, guys, but over here, I don't think anyone's that bothered about the writers' strike and the actors' strike, because what are you bothered about? You know what I mean? It's not been brilliant, has it, to be honest? But yeah. They still are here, I've got to admit, but it's funny because I was starting to collect them, Biker, and when they came out, I turned around and said to people like G-Force and Jeff and G, and Scuba, I'm going to get into these because this is a line I never had as a kid. This is a line I know nothing about. This is a line I can't really remember anything about. Although when me and Si did that tub video, we found a couple of G.I. Joes, and we found a Destro. It was an O-ring Destro, and a couple of Action Force. But was that Destro for Action Force as well? And that's the thing. I have no recollection of it. And did they make a Deathstroke O-ring figure for Action Force? Or was that simply G.I. Joe? If it was G.I. Joe, then I had it as a kid. I just don't remember it. So I thought this is a great opportunity for me now to learn a new line to get into these figures. But is that what you just said, mate? It was the same over here. It was a nightmare trying to get hold of them. And then one's a Hasbro Pulse and one's a Target exclusive. And I thought, forget this, man. I can't do all that multitasking. So I died off a bit on him. I picked him up now and then, but I died off a bit until I went to Joe Fest. And I tell you what, that did open my mind and my eyes, that Joe Fest. It really did. I mean, I've got to admit to you, boys, I've always said it. It's funny. I don't know whether I'm talking to anyone who's the same as me or not here, but I've never seen a flag in real life. I've never seen the Defiant. I've never seen the rollout headquarters. And so when you see him, it's all right seeing him, and you see Scuba's room with his flag and the Defiant and all that. So you think, oh yeah, that's massive. But it's not until you actually see it in real life when you think, what the France? How big is that thing? The box for that Defiant could have put me in it, and I'm not exactly a small ball, It was huge, boys, and it blew me away. It really did. And I don't know whether it was the people at Joe Fest or everyone was loving it, and everyone was proper diehard fans, and everyone was dressed up. I suppose it's the same as Star Wars Celebration, but as I said in that video, I don't go to conventions. I don't do these sort of things, Where I live as well, it's a night. Thankfully, me and G-Force went down. It was only a few hours for us, but it opened my eyes, and and I think it was that. The more and more I saw, the more and more I saw the different types of figures and the lines and the vehicles and everything else, the more I'm getting back into this. I'm determined to, I'm not going to go all out with it, but I'm determined to learn about it. And, I just think it's fascinating. I think it's an amazing line. And it's funny as well, because I've been thinking this way for a few years now. And every time someone brings out another vehicle like one of the lads will say, oh yeah, I've had this for years. And I think, what is that thing? Honestly, there's so much play sets and vehicles, which as a kid was right up my street, play sets and vehicles. I loved all that for figures. So, no, they're awesome. They really are. Yeah, well, it's finishing. I don't know whether you know this or not, our Rob. Gilster, should I say. It's, what is it? I saw the Mattel Origins panel at San Diego Comic Con, and what they're doing is they said they're finishing at Christmas, and then you can only buy Mattel Origins from Mattel. That's it, from Mattel Creations. The Filmation ones you saw, the ones that look like the cartoon characters that are coming, they're going to be in store. So they're replacing the Origins with them. So all the Filmation ones you'll be able to find in the store. But to carry on this Origins line, it's going to have to be at Mattel Creations, which I think is a bit sad, really, because as you all know, because we're all from all over the place, aren't we? We hear these people from different countries having a nightmare trying to find them, but still trying to collect them. And So I hope they do this well, because it's gonna. I'll be a bit mad, especially Lucy. You know, we've been collecting this since the beginning. So I'm in a way all right, because I can get older Mattel creations pretty easy. But I just hope they don't do it because those pre-orders, you know, like the Mattel exclusives. What is it? 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock on a Tuesday when everyone's at work, and I hope they work that out and they can try and do something about it. Because I'd hate for the other lads in different countries not to be able to get them, especially if you've been collecting them. Talking about Mattel Origin, Moto Origins, Mattel Origins. I got the exclusive Big Bad Toy Store. That's really nice. That's the Skeletor and the Screech, so that's cool. Now watch Chris Meary's video, and Chris Meary got it, and he said something on there, and I wish he hadn't said it, to tell the truth, because I've been over and over since. He goes, "Oh, the artwork is so nice, whatever, and the box is so well presented, I don't think I'll open it." And I was like, I'm watching our Chris, and I'm going, no, I'll be opening mine. But then I opened mine when it came in the cardboard box, and I thought, oh, he's right, man. He's right. It looks really cool. But how can you turn on to Lucy and say you're not opening it? She'll go mad, won't she? So, yeah, we'll probably will open it, but I'm going to keep that. Well, I keep all my boxes pristine, I suppose. But, yeah. And he's cool. And look, the Skeletor's got like a little bit of gold fuzz on his armor and so forth. And I'm not sure. I know there was a Skeletor coming out whose jaw moved, but Chris Meeran never said anything about it. And I think I said something to Scuba about it, but I'm not sure whether it is this one or not. Because I know they were making one where his jaw moved a little bit, but we'll just see. So it might be that one, might not be. And Rob's retro again. So Rob puts his picture up and says, Shabby, these are in Walmart right now. And I thought, right, I'm getting one of them. Luckily, I found one too. The Talon Fighter. Oh, look at that bad boy. Awesome. Look at the artwork. I mean, he's smothered in 80s in it. Just look at the artwork on that. It is absolutely amazing. Wow. And all the figures that are on the front and so forth. So this is the Talon Fighter. You know what the Talon Fighter is? It's that thing right there that's stuck on Grayskull. So, yeah, I can't wait to get that open. That's going to be awesome. The artwork's cool on that. But what I might do with that is I might flatten the whole box out and put it as a behind the scenes. Do it that way, because if you flatten the box out, all that artwork will come together. So I might just do that with that box. I might do it with the other one as well. Never thought of that. Just thought about it right now. We might just, put them where the curtains are. Make a backdrop of that. I also, $4.50. Bargain. Got a Reaver. What do you think of her? All right. I mean, for $4.50, it's a sandwich, isn't it? Look at it that way. So I got her. Yeah. I like these retro style figures. I mean, if you've watched my videos, you've seen them all in the corner that I've got. They all go down. And I didn't have this one. So I thought $4.50, buy it. So, yeah. Got one of them. Yeah. Yeah, it was. Why do you do this? Is the thing. This is what my issue about Luke Skywalker is, and I know I go on about it because I have a passion for it. That's been my favorite character since I was a kid, and it really does murk me off. I hate what they did to him, and they did the same thing with him. This isn't real life. You don't have to do this to these characters just because they look old, right? Doesn't mean you have to treat them any, and you're getting all those people like him, that pilot. Oh, you're so old, you're so bad, but you've been telling us for 10 years that Nick Fury is, an assassin, a mystery kind of guy. He's super cool, badass. And I don't get it. I don't know why you do that. I really don't. But yeah, it's weird. That's the only thing that always made me laugh. That biker. You've heard me say this again loads of times. How can a pre-order go out of sell? Out of stock pre-order. When's it coming? 18 months. So yeah, I know that. Oh, yeah. No, you don't have to do that, but I'll find. I mean, I'm lucky. I've got two Ollies where we are. We live here, and I've got Ollies there and an Ollie's there, so one or two will have them. But I was quite surprised actually. But I think it's because of all. I mean, for $15 for that boat, it's hang on, I'll just pull it out and show you if you haven't got one. This is the boat that we're talking about right here. And it's huge. It really is. It's, look at the size of that. For $15, $14.99. And it just looks awesome. I know, and it's 66-inch figures. And when I went into my Ollie's, like I said, it was stacked. There must have been about 20 of them. So I thought, oh, I'll pick one up. Brilliant. I saw that G-Force had got one. And like I said, I'd seen some of the lads. And with me opening the G.I. Joe, I thought, this will work with that. And I liked it so much. And then G-Force, like I said, showed me a picture of what he's doing to his. And I thought, I'm going to go out and get another one. All gone. But no doubt they'll get them all back in. But it's funny that Fortnite stuff's so cheap. It really is cheap. Oh, yeah, I'd love to get into all that stuff. It's funny that I watched the thing on Hornby, and it's a couple of years old, but it was so interesting. I never knew Hornby owned Airfix. I never knew that, but it was really cool how they do it. Shabby, look up prod code to watch them. Right. So, right. Well, thanks for that. How many times have I talked to you? And this is the first time you told me. Can you imagine if you didn't tell me that I'm on CSR going, this is so confusing. Spock had a beard, and then they're like, you know, and all that. Then, right, I'll do that definitely. Yeah, yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I thought Eternals was all right. I thought Doctor Strange was, but not. I just miss the days of. I love your science and your fantasy and all that. I really do. Don't get me wrong. But that's all we get now. Where's your Shawshank Redemptions, or where's your Goodfellas, or where's your Western? And I'm not saying they should go all out and do these, but I'm just saying it just feels to me for the past few years there's never been a movie like that that's made me go, oh man, that was all. Besides everything that we love, you know what I mean? So you never know. One day, and you watch, one of you will say something now, and I'll go, oh yeah, that was awesome. Right, got you. Bloody hell. Yeah, that's what I mean. And it's funny that, because I mean, I grew up with the Endor Village and, you know, the Falcon, which are big, and as kids they were big, weren't they? But then you see this stuff, and you just can, and no wonder it was never sold in England. How would it fit my mum's house? Massive thing like that, but it's just weird. It's just one of those experiences I'll always remember, because I've never seen this. And, you know, this box, and you see this. I mean, that Defiant box was bigger than the Flag one. It was huge, this box. Honestly, lads, never seen anything like it. And here's another thing, too. We all used to love or collect sectars. I know Luke's getting back into them, our Reynolds reviews, and he had a few of the hives there. And I just watched a documentary on sectars about a year ago and sent it to lads and said, oh, watch this. It's brilliant. It's on YouTube. And they showed how they made the hive. But there's another thing, too, that I knew was big, but I'd never seen it in real life. And then they had about, what was it, G-Force, they had Scooby, they had about 3 of them, didn't they? And they were massive blooming boxes. Imagine that as a kid. I'd go mental. What the fans, you know what I mean? Awesome. Yeah, and it's funny that. It's funny. Maybe it's because I've been raising my children, or Si's never at home. I'm surprised him and Scooby know where they live. Never at home. They're always at these things. And maybe it's a driving thing, and we got a Jeep outside, and it's a nice car, but it's not going to get, I mean, in America it's the same as where you are, Canada. You've got there's some driving to do, isn't there? So maybe that's one thing. Or I've got to be honest, maybe it's because I never really had people to go with. I mean, I've been away from our side for years. I mean, I've probably spent more time in America as an adult than I have in England. I came over here in 99, went home in 2005, came back in 2014. So, yeah, about 7 years since I was about 21, 20, well, about 22, 23. So I've been here a long time, and maybe that's what it is. It was, and like I said, the only reason I went this time is G-Force said, come on, Shabs, let's go. And obviously meeting all the lads. But I love that. I love that about our community. I love watching all the pictures. And regardless if it's Echo or Star Wars Celebration or any of the other lads, if you look on Instagram or Facebook and you see all the pictures of everyone meeting up, it makes me feel like a proud dad. It's cheesy, isn't it? So I'm just, yes, this is what it's all about, isn't it? We're very lucky because we all watch each other's channels and, you know, we all talk to each other, but to meet each other as well and to get to know each other and support each other the way we do. It's the best thing about this. It's the best thing. I mean, that's what I've got, about 35 to 45 people watching today. That means the world to me. And you've come for the support. I mean, to help me out, to support me. You things like that mean the world to me. It really does. But it's nice, like Stu's yesterday, everyone turning up for Stu's wheel, or every live stream that's Scuba, any of these are on. You know, we all try hard to support each other and help each other out. We should be very proud of that fact. It's been brilliant. It really has. Oh, nice. The German Stormtrooper on a European card. We were here. And I've said that loads of times, man, because every time I do a live stream, either it's ZSR and it's my turn, it's always storming outside, right? About 20 minutes before I set all this up, thunderstorms. And obviously you're the state below me, aren't you? So I thought, oh, what the fuck? Not again. It's like I'm destined for the internet to go on. One day I might be able to do this properly. Do you know what I mean? But no, it cleared up, so I must have sent it down to you. The red jackal figure. Now, what's a red jackal figure? Don't know what that is, Biker, so you're going to have to help me out there, buddy. The hyena tank. So that's Action Force then, if it's a jackal figure. Yeah, it is a cool skeleton. So I love this line, and I think you've heard me say it, and I've said that about 1,000 times too. But Black Series at the time, it was so hard to find everything else, and I think Motor Origins for me just came at a perfect time. And I've been telling Lucy about him for years. Oh yeah, well, you know, when she's asking why I got into toys and all that sort of stuff, and I told her about Star Wars, obviously, and I told her about He-Man, and He-Man stuck with her, and she liked it. So when it came along, I remember watching Toy Fair the year before they came out, and it showed Prince Adam and He-Man, and I was like, this is awesome. So I said to Lucy, do you fancy doing this with me? You know, and the promise was, because she knows I usually don't open a lot of stuff. I said, the promise is I'll open them and you can get to. And she said, yeah. So Lucy's made every Motor Origins video with me, and it's a cool line to collect. It really is. Nice one. So you got that exclusive. I still haven't opened mine. It's in a cardboard box there. I'm waiting to do a video on it, but that, I don't know. I was talking to Rob's Retro about that. I don't understand why they had to make Grizzlaw an exclusive, to tell you the truth. I mean, that's something that most of us, it was like a Moss Man, wasn't it? And a Beast Man. Everybody had one of those, too bad. So they should have done that with that, made it accessible for everybody. But, you know, what can you do? Hello, Jace. Hiya, pal. Nice. Well, good morning, Jason. It must be early for you, buddy. Yeah. Yeah, no, I wasn't messing around with that. That's the thing, though. I mean, as you well know, Mark, how many times do you see Motor Origins now in stores, and it's ending anyway, so I might as well try and get as much as I can. You know, it's brilliant. I love the stuff. I like Savage Side. Well, I think you can tell I like. I know they do. The race. Listen, I'm gonna. This is just my opinion. Like I said, this is my opinion. I think out of all the retros and all the duplicates and upgrades and everything else that have come from this generation, try to take on a previous one, Motor Origins has done the best thing. They took a vintage figure and went, you can't better that, but how can we upgrade that? And they've done a fantastic job. I mean, they really have. I absolutely love them. And the nicest thing is in mine, I've got it mixed in with vintage, and it just looks flawless. It looks brilliant. Do you know what I mean? They all go in together, you know. So yeah, I love collecting it. I'll collect it as much as I can, to tell you the truth. They are great for customs as well, and that's another good thing. And it felt like an old toy line for me, Motor Origins. $16 for a figure. You know, so even if your kids play with it and there's a weapon, you can just replace it, can't you, for that price? So yeah, I loved it. Wow, does he really? How much was it generally over? I know it was 30. It was was it 50 something? They went to 35. No, we're getting them for $14.99, which in England is what, about 12, 11, 12 pound. That's it. Brilliant. Oh, our Suki said the same thing, Terence. She went to see it, came back and said it's the best movie she's ever seen. That was Suki that said that. And I'm right. Oh, okay, fair enough. So yeah, I'm glad you think so. I haven't seen it, so. And that's another point we made as well, Brian. We were all thinking that too. Maybe it's because we get so much of it now. Do you think one of the reasons why movies in the 80s hold so much in there for us is because it's not as if we saw it every day. It's not as if we heard about it every day. It's not as if we saw it advertised every day. Do you think that's what it is? Because maybe that's what it is. Your mind's so used to now. I could put this down now and go on my phone and everything else. Do you see what I mean? And find out these movies and who's in it when it is. We couldn't do that as kids, could we? So, yeah, they are. They're really cool, Jonathan. I agree, my friend. I couldn't agree more. I remember, all you British lads, I remember ITV used to show one on a late Saturday. I mean, through the week, about 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, they'd always show a 60s black and white movie. Do you remember? And if you couldn't sleep, I just watched tons of old 60s movies that weren't massive blockbusters. It's not as if you're watching like, you know, a big sit, but they'd always put on a black and white 60s movie at night, about 1 o'clock in the morning. I used to love watching them. So yeah, you are right there. Yeah, it's amazing. But here's another thing too. I was saying this to the ZSR lads. I knew I wasn't going to back the Ghost. I wasn't going to back it. I don't back TVCs, and it wasn't that. So, but what I've usually done in the past, I've usually put my thingy head on and gone, oh well, it's so expensive. Or whether I thought I'm not doing that now. It's not up to me or anybody else what people spend their money on. And even if I'm sat here going, well, it's a bit pricey and all that, I don't want to sound like I'm putting anybody off. So I went in it straight with the fact that let's have a look at it. Let's see what this thing is like. It is absolutely fantastic. It is an amazing vehicle. It really is. The work that's gone into it, the size of it. Because there were rumours, you know what us lot are like for you know, we tell everybody, we knew it was the Ghost, if you will, you know, for a couple of weeks before the what is it? They said something. But when you see it and when you saw the work that's gone into it, yeah, it's amazing. But they all are, let's be honest. The barge is amazing. I mean, that thing is ridiculous. The Razor Crest is cool. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, that Ghost is, if I know G-Force has backed it. I don't know who else has backed it, but it'll be well worth it. Yeah, it's a beautiful, it really is nice. Yeah, looking forward to that. Yeah, exactly. I love all that sort of stuff. My mum did it for me and Sam with Judy Garland movies or musicals, you know, Matt's favourites. Maybe in St. Louis and Seven Brides for Seven Brothers, Unsinkable Molly. Me, so I grew up with all that stuff. That's where the dancing comes from, boys. No. But yeah, I love all that. Yeah, it was funny coming on yours because you wrote to me and said, Shabby, you can come on if you want and all that. But it's funny because I said on Friday, when I was on your live stream on Friday, Terence, I felt more nostalgic with the Mega Drive games and the old school Nintendo than I did the Spectrum ones. Is that weird? I don't know whether because I was too young for the Spectrum ones, because I remember Horace Go Skiing and Chucky Egg and that kind of thing. But I actually remember sitting down with my brothers and playing things like Streets of Rage and Street Fighter and, you know, Arsai, like I told you, Arsai had an old school Shinobi arcade machine. We're from Blackpool, aren't we? So you're going to find stuff like that everywhere. Si had one in his house, old Shinobi. So when you were playing games like that from that era, that gave me more of a nostalgia boost than the Spectrum games did. So I enjoyed it. I enjoyed you. And thanks for asking me on. It was awesome. I really did. And good old Monkey Boy was on too, wasn't he? It is, mate. And I'll never take it for granted. Someone left a comment on my video a couple of weeks ago saying, oh, Shabby, it feels like the only reason you've got your channel is because you're getting free gifts and everything else. And I know, you know, the lads have all turned around to me and said, oh, Shabby, don't, you know, forget it and all that stuff. But it does it, you are that, especially because I don't ask anybody for anything. I didn't set it up for that. And I think that's why I deliberately go out of my way to make sure I don't ask you boys for anything. I don't hint at anything. I actually, you know, even though I go on a bit and so forth, that's something I do think about. I never want to come across as someone's, you have to join the Patreon. You have to do this. You have to. Never. I don't care. I just like having a conversation. That's why I did this live stream tonight instead of making a video. I like talking to the boys. I like having a chat. I like getting to know you. I like supporting your channels. I like inviting people and different people on different things so they can meet each other. Do you know what I mean? I love that sort of thing. When we're doing these chats or whatever, and someone goes, oh, have you never met? Oh, no, nice to meet you. That to me is... So when that guy wrote that, it did affect me a little bit. I'm not going to go on about it. Don't worry. I'm not upset, my feelings and all that sort of stuff. But I just thought, wow, of all the things to do. But some of the lads wrote back, and what some of the lads wrote about me, it was really, really nice because It's like a YouTube to me. This is a hobby. This is, you know, I've got my kids. And I've always said to you thousands of times, you know, I enjoy what I do, and I would hate to come across like that. But listen, it is what it is. I'm not going to let it bother me. I just think it's awesome that people send stuff. I'm overwhelmed by it. So you're right. It is a community like no other as well. It really is. Okay, pal, you go and have a nice day at work. Thanks for popping in, the lovely Jace. See you soon. I've got a couple more things to show. I'm just going to come down here a bit. Yeah, he's impressive. Yeah, oh, I'd love that. And that's the thing. I mean, I know there's a lot of what G-Force is saying, and it rings true in a way. I know a lot of lads say, oh, Shabby, we'd love to come and see you. Oh, Shabby, you know, let's go for holiday. Then let's do something like that. And the reason for that is because if you ever do decide to come here, going to somewhere like Joe Fish, you're not just meeting me, you're meeting G-Force, Scuba, Jeff Barker, Rob's, anybody else that comes, you know, the big lads, your Retro Blast and the Analog Toys, nicest fellas in the world. Really, I mean, I've spoke to him a couple of, well, especially Michael French, spoke to him a couple of times behind the scenes, but the first time I've met him in real life, lovely. It was a great weekend. It really was. I would love, if you were going to come over for a holiday, to share that experience, because you'd have the time of your life. It was, and everything was so easy. The convention's built in this huge hotel. The car park is right there. The restaurants are. It was simple. It was really easy. So I agree with G-Force. If you ever want to come over, we'll go and do that. Yeah, I love that. I mean, I love all my children to pieces, all of them. But you could stick Lucy in Afghanistan and she'd find something positive. You know what I mean? She means the world to me. And but all my kids get involved in my videos. You know, the burger challenges and the dancing and all that. If you've met me in real life, I'm exactly the same way with my kids as I am with you lot. You know, I just like a laugh and a joke, and they're all brilliant for that. Yes, so. Like Suki, I've got to give Suki credit, man. Yeah, she's not exactly on the screen a lot because she don't really, but she's behind that camera on every one of my videos. I've got to thank Claire. All the thumbnails Claire makes for me. Do you know what I mean? It's things like that. It's brilliant. We try and make it as family as possible. Well, Mossman is out now. The exclusive Mossman's out. Rio Blast, that's my favorite figure. Scuba sent me a vintage one, and it's in mint condition, and I love it. That's coming. 2 Bad's coming. So there's not that many to go of the main line. Cyclone, I think, is coming. Yeah, they showed Cyclone at San Diego Comic-Con. But the Cyclone and the Lady Slither and all that, they're going to go on to Mattel Creations. That's where you have to get them. You won't be able to find them in stores. So they're making them, but you won't be able to get them. Snake Mountain, those coming in August, so that'll be cool. Oh, my. But that's the thing. I get dead excited. I love this stuff. I just love it. I look a bit. I don't know. I drive people mental. I know I do, the way I talk and I go on and I'm loud, but I just love this stuff. I love it to pieces. It's just ace. You know, my kids all think I'm an idiot. You know. So. Oh, nice. Okay, brilliant. Oh, look who else is here. Good morning. Well, we're just going through bargains. Oh. Whilst I'm here, let's see if I haven't got any more bargains left. Oh, no, I ain't got many bargains left, but I've got a couple of things left. I did get a Paplu, which is awesome. So I remember they had the Heroes of Endor one a few years back in the big box that came with Han Luke Leia, and he was on a speeder bike. But I had every other figure and a speeder bike with the Biker Scouts. So I thought, I hope they do this in the future, and they have done. So I've got well, there's only been 3 Black Series Ewoks so far, and I've got them all now. So he's really cool. I like him a lot. I also got this Lego. Lego, like Sammy's a massive fan. I'm like, oh, Lego crazy. I've got 1 or 2 sets of Lego. And some things that, you know, it's like the BD1 Jen got me for Christmas, the Shuttle Jen got me. But I bought the James Bond one, and I bought if you've noticed the Lego I've bought, he's like 30 quid, you know, the Luke Mandalorian fighting the Death Troopers and the James Bond thing. So this was 35, and I just loved it. I thought, wow, that's awesome. And it's a great scene that in it. So I bought that. So I've got one more thing to show you as well. So I'll show you that in a minute. But thanks everyone for coming, man. You've made it brilliant. It's so, I knew you'd all turn up. I knew you would. Yeah, we are though, aren't we? But that's the way I look at it. Listen, yeah, I don't remember much of the 90s, if you know what I mean. And we've all had our party days. We've all done this. I just think it's a healthy hobby. If you know, it's something that you can share with everyone. And this is what I mean. Now you can share it all, because we've all had these rooms. You see my room, you see everybody in this chat, you see everybody that watches on the replay. You've all got rooms that look like this, that's full of stuff. How cool is it? You can share it with people now and have a good time. It's ace, isn't it? Well, there was a scene in it with the cartoon characters, and I still got the other three. I don't think I like that movie. I thought it was all right. I didn't mind it at all. I won't be getting the actual Dungeons and Dragon figures, but I did get the cartoon ones. I loved them, and I've still got the three. I think Sisus got the three, like Presto, Sheila, and Eric. I'll be looking for them, and I know GeForce just saw one at GameStop, so I know they're coming out. Oh, Japanese! My son loves them. My youngest son has autism, and there's only a few things that he'll sit and connect with or sit and watch with. You know, that's why VTR's videos mean a lot to me, because my son loves VTR videos, loves them. Absolutely, he'll sit there and watch a VTR video. I love that. I think I've told Dave that before. But anyway, Godzilla's another one, but not new Godzilla. Vintage Godzilla, 60s, 70s Godzilla. He'll sit there, and Jason got him a book of the artwork of the 60s, 70s Godzilla, and he goes through it all the time, and yeah, he loves that sort of thing. So yeah, Japan, I know all about Japanese Godzilla movies because of my son. He absolutely loves them. Wow, yeah, I suppose, what is that, because of that writer's strike then, is it? Yeah, they were in it. There was that part in the Maze Gilster. If you actually look at them, that other team is meant to be the cartoon D&D characters. Yeah, it does. I've got to admit, it does. It's massive. And so wherever is, I don't know where you're going to bloody put it though. Wherever is getting it, it's huge, that thing. So, but I'm quite lucky as well, because GeForce lives around the corner. So if I ever need to play with it, go on. Round to GeForce's. Awesome. Oh. Yeah, I'm not going to watch horror movies, so I'm scared to bloody death. It's not right. Let's expel this myth straight away about Shabby being scared of horror movies. I'm not scared of horror movies. I don't like that anticipation. I hate it. Do you know when someone's walking through a door and you can hear the music slowly rising, and so you're waiting for something either to jump out and all that. So it's a horrible feeling. And I know people say, well, that's stupid, Shabby, because that's the point of horror movies, and I understand that. But for me, it just and I tell you what I hate the most is when they do it and nothing happens. Or be someone with a book. Oh, hi, Linda. You're like, oh, hi, oh man, that drives me around the bend. And it drives Jen, because Jen loves horror movies. She loves all that sort of stuff. I can't watch him. I tell you a story. When me and Jen, if I tell you this, you're not allowed to tell anybody. Okay. When me and Jen were dating, I remember the film Gothica came out. Do you remember that? Who was in Gothica? Was it what's she called? The really good-looking girl who's in the Catwoman, and forgot her name. Anyway, she was in it, and she really wanted to see this movie, but I didn't want to turn around to our Jen and say, I'm a bit scared of horror movies. So what I did was I downloaded it on special TV at the time, and I watched it in sections through the day. So by the time I went out to the cinema to see it with her, I wasn't scared at all. Do you know what I mean? How cool was that? But yeah, that's a true story. So sad. Let's have a look. Oh, is it called? Is it the one with Renee Zellweger? Yeah, I'd like to see that. I like I said at the start of this as well. Oh, that's a lovely thing to say, man. That's a lovely thing to say. That's why you mean the world, don't you? You know you do. Brilliant. Yeah, it is. You're right. Sorry, I'm just trying to get through this. I've got one more thing to show you, and then, like I say, if you want to ask some questions, we'll do that. I'll probably do another half an hour or so in the next 2 hours. But thank you all so much. So I've had 35 to 45 all the way through. So I can't. This is exactly what I wanted to do, and for you lot to turn up, brilliant. Thank you. Oh, sorry, GeForce. I just complete. Then that's the thing. I think the way I look at it is this. I've always turned around, and you've heard me say it, and this is on my children. This is genuine. For someone to go out and think of me or think of whoever else and go, oh, Shabby, you'd love that. Or I'm going to send and take their hard-earned money when they've all got families and friends themselves that they could spend the money on, buy something, ship it, and everything that anyone's ever sent, from a letter to a sticker to a figure to a toy, is in my toy room. I will never ever get rid of it. But that's where I think from. I don't just go, oh yeah, awesome, thanks. Anyway, all the best. It means something to me. I've said it before that it gives me that thing where it's like an old song or whatever. So when you look around your toy room, like that right there is from Scuba Pete. Do you know what I mean? It's and this is what I mean. One day this will all be over. You never know what could happen. Or, I don't want to put a down on it. All I'm saying is you never know. People move on in life, or they don't want to do it anymore, whatever. But what you've left us, me especially, is memories, and it means the world to me. That's why I do the treasure chest full of notes, that kind of thing, and everything's in there. You know, from ribbons people have sent to key rings. And I can't believe it. Overwhelming, but I do it too. You know. It's hard as well sometimes because of where you're sending it. I mean, the lads in America will tell you this ain't a cheap country to send stuff from. It's an absolute fortune over here for us to send something. But I remember Muzza doing it. Muzza made me the Black Series diorama, and it cost him over 100 and some Australian dollars. And I was like, it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing that people, you know, I've got to meet somebody and got to understand somebody and got to be friends with somebody that they do stuff like that. I've had from all over the world: Australia, Ireland, England, America, Canada. It baffles me. It absolutely baffles me. And I'm very, very appreciative. It's a lovely thing. And you are right. You are right. I shouldn't care, and I shouldn't be bothered what other people say, you know. But it just means the world to me. It really does. Here we go. Exactly right. It's, you know, I think that's what the issue was as well. But I don't want to do that. I'm not one of those. I just wrote back and said, "Listen, it is what it is." You know, sorry about that, but you know, I've done as much as I can for everybody else. Do you see what I mean? And I don't think it's necessarily having to do with things like that. I think letting people meet each other and being that, you know, we're all different people, aren't we, in this community? Some are loud, some are quiet, some are shy, some are like me. Do you know what I mean? So I always like to get people to meet other people and support other people. And, you know, I try my hardest to be as nice and as inviting and everybody. And I think sometimes the way I look at it and the way you look at it, that's sometimes a gift to each other. You know, are people out there that are quiet, that are shy, that don't have many people, that, you know, they've met us lot. And they absolutely love all this. And so that's, in a way, without trying to sound cheesy, I know our side's going to kill me after me saying this, but that's a gift in its way, isn't it? You know what I mean? Try and be as nice and as friendly to everybody. And hey, I love it. I love it to pieces. Yeah. I never ever thought I'd use this, but you're exactly right. When I set out for YouTube, you know what I mean? I mean, I know Scooby sent me a super chat, which is, wow, awesome. But, you know, it's like my Patreon. I always say in my videos, you know, you can join my Patreon if you want. I don't do tiers. I don't do this. I don't do that. That Patreon money helps big time because I buy the stuff that I'm showing you off with that. Do you see what I mean? We're doing it for free. Everybody's doing it for free. We're doing it for and I'm not saying I'm doing it for you a lot for free. I'm doing it because I enjoy it. I like it. You know, I like making I think I'm the funniest bloke in the world. Well, our Jed will sit there and definitely tell you something different. But I like that. I like laughing and joking and making a fool of myself, like the Olympic video or the burger challenge or me dressing up as blooming fat superheroes. I just enjoy it. And I've always thought that one day you can look back and in my videos, I suppose all yours as well, the people in the chat that make videos, you can look back, can't you? And you can say to yourself, oh man, I love doing that. And I remember you got me that. And I remember when I bought this. And it means the world to me. It really does. It's just funny. Hey, that's all right, mate. Nice to see you. I appreciate. So is yours, though. That's the thing. I'm not going to say it on here just in case, but you meet people's wives and girlfriends and partners and kids and everything else, and it's awesome, you know. I watched Robo yesterday. I don't know whether you watched the Foosh, and he had his son on, and his son did his intro, and I thought that was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Especially Saya. Oh, I don't know what I'd do with that RSI. RSI is awesome. Yeah. Let's have a look. So I've got one more thing to show you. I might as well show it now because, like I said, you lot have been here for ages. It's been an hour and a half, and this has been brilliant. So this is something I've never bought. I've never had this line. G-Force sent me one. Sent me a Ralphie, a Christmas story by Neck, and I thought, that is awesome. But Neck is something I've never got into. I think maybe it's because it doesn't really make the stuff that, like Aliens and stuff. I mean, I like the movies. I saw them all last year, but I don't collect that sort of stuff. But I did find something that I really wanted. And I saw it in my Walmart ages ago. And then they didn't have it again. I thought, oh, well, fair enough. I won't be getting it. But then I went to another Walmart near Fort Bragg in North Carolina. And they had this. It's awesome. Oh, look at that bad boy. Now, this I did pay full price for. But it's a bargain when you look at it that way, you know. Look at that. What do you think? I know there's a few of you lads out there that like this, but I did talk to a couple of lads about this because I was like, oh, I'm going to open this. And some of them who told me to open it, other lads have said, oh, Shabby, Neck is a bit dodgy when it comes to articulation or breaking and so forth. So I don't know what to do now. But one of the lads turned around, and I think it was G-Force that said, well, don't worry, Shabby, that's why they make the presentation so good that if you do keep it in the box, it looks cool. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, that's awesome. A RoboCop. Can't go wrong. Yeah, I'm getting the 40th. I did the 40th ones, but I only got the ones I wanted because, as you know, some of the 40th they've already been out, haven't they? They've been in the red and black box, or they've been in the new style boxes, if you will. So I've been picking up the 40th now and then. The Stormtrooper and the Return of the Jedi I got, the Ewok I got, that kind of thing. Star Wars ones I did, with Empire Strikes Back ones I did. So yeah, I get them when I can. I used to get all the TVC when it started off with it. I was religious with him. I started buying them, and I remember I was opening the Ahsoka and the Grievous, which I wish I'd never had done, to be honest. But I still got them all. Still got them all. And then now what will happen is I'll only pick up a TVC now and then. So if I see one I really like, and I think the last one I actually paid money for and bought was the Shea Vizsla, the new Shea Vizsla from the Expanded Universe. I loved that. I loved that figure, so I bought that again. And then there's an Ahsoka up there, and I think I won a Darth Maul off Steve or collecting Star Wars. So I have got a few of them still carded. But yeah, I do like TVs. I wish I hadn't stopped, to be honest, because the TVC nowadays, the upgrade on them, wow, man, they look awesome. They really do. Oh, can't wait to get that. I still got to get the Knight Rider one. I still got to get the Knight Rider plate. I still got to open that bloody big haunted. Isn't it funny that? Have you ever done that yourselves when you moan about something to your missus? Oh, I really want it. So she gets it, and then you don't open it for months. I got the Haunted Mansion for Christmas after I'd moaned about it for about a year before. I really want it, really want it. Well, you can have it for Christmas. So she bought it me for Christmas. It's now August tomorrow, and I still haven't opened it. I'll say all this now, then next week I'll make a video of it. So, but yeah, Playmobil is awesome. And that's the best thing about that line. In a way, I'm kind of glad I didn't start getting into Playmobil till I was an adult, you know, because a lot of people might think this a bit, why are you starting it now, Shabby? But I'm not starting it now. I'm just buying all the pop culture stuff. You know, every video I've made of pop culture. Although those vintage ones Damon sent over, I'm going to open them on he sent me a bunch of 70s fire engines and police cars and all these wooden, like things like this from Playmobil, all the wooden. That's how old they are when they had all wooden stuff. I am going to make a video opening them and making more space on my shelf to do that. I love all this stuff because of the chrome. This is an old 70s fireman from Playmobil. And look at the chrome on that bad boy. Oh, it's just stuff like that gets us old blokes, doesn't it? Like chrome. Do you know what I mean? Brilliant. So, yeah, I'll definitely be doing that. So, yeah, I'll be getting more. And that Magnum one's a definite, mate. Definite. He's all right. He's all right. There we go. Oh, I appreciate. Oh, you see, you've been there for a long time. I appreciate that. I do. I know I drive my missus mental. I do get excited, and I do. I don't know why. And it's funny because you watch our side, and we're twins, as you know, and our side's a bit more laid back, a bit more. You know what I mean? He's like he's not as in your face as I am. But I don't know how he's put up with me for years, bless him. Yeah, well, here's another thing. That's what I do at nights. Well, I'm not going to say what I do at nights, but one of my things when I go to bed He says a guy called Brixie, he's a Canadian guy, and he has this huge Lego sitting in his house. His YouTube channel's called Brixie. Can't stop watching him. He makes a vlog every day, and it's only about 10, 15, 20 minutes, these blogs. But I'm overwhelmed. I am fascinated by Lego cities. I watch him, and I watch Bevan's Bricks and Jang Bricks. I watch a few times, and who's the other one I watch? What's he called? Not Brick's House, Brick something that's in a German, an Austrian guy that does it. A young guy, he's just built. But I find it amazing. I wrote to the chat once and said, "Why am I watching it?" And Ed Vice said, "Because you're a girl, Shabby." But yeah, I think that's what it is. The way people can think and put these, they make their own vehicles, they make their own buildings and put lights in them and put the street lights up in them. And, they'll go out and spend $100 on the same tile just to make this. I find it amazing. So yeah, Lego is a slippery slope, but I'll pick it up when it's now and then. And like I said, it's always nice to get Lego for Christmas, isn't it? So. Who's happy? I don't know. Oh well, yeah. I wanted to get that one because I thought I'd like to get some Indiana Jones wise, and then our side turned around to me and said, "Oh, he had the stuff from the last time it was out," and I didn't even know Indiana Jones Lego came out before, so that'll do for me. I know a few of the lads got the Well of Souls, and they put it all together in, and it looks awesome. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just having a small shelf just for Lego little pieces. Oh, and the Muppets. Our Si sent me those 4 Muppets, didn't he? And then I had to go and get the other ones. But getting those Muppets was a nightmare because some of them were like $15. And Si said if you would have done it at the beginning, those blind bags. But I've never been a blind bag fan. I don't like, because I've got to watch my money. So I'd hate, if I spent $5 on 2 bags, I got the same bloody figure, I'd be miffed. So I bought them all off Amazon, and I'm glad I did. It looks nice. I've got a glass, one of those plastic protective cases, full of the Muppets. So that was pretty cool. I enjoyed doing that. But then Si said, "Oh, and the 100 minifigures are coming out for the 100 years." I was like, "No, I'm done. I'm not doing that again." So great to see John McGuire. Always lovely to see our John. It always is. Yeah, I mean, listen, I can only say it face value because you see me on YouTube, whatever. But for the people that have met me, they'll tell you I'm just the same bloke. I've got no airs and graces. I've got 870 subs. It's not as if, do you know what I mean? I was something special. I never have been, and I don't ever. I will never will be. I'll always be a humble bloke in that circumstance. But it costs nothing to be nice to everybody. And me and Si had a lovely upbringing. We had a woman who brought up 4 boys, and one thing I take out what Anne Marie did. She was an awesome woman. It's always nice to be nice to people, isn't it? So yeah, I like a laugh and a joke. But so do you, boys. I think the reason we've got all close like that is because everyone's got a great personality, haven't they? There's gonna be people that you meet that's he's a bit, you know what I mean? And I'm not going to go into all that, but 99% of the time I'm exactly the same. Yeah, they are. You're exactly right. Yeah, exactly. And that means the world to me, is because I've tried it a few times. Although we watched them, my son. He does this thing. I don't know whether you know a lot about autistic kids, or whatever. But once they get onto something, they focus on it. But they don't just do that. They learn it. It's like my son loves IMDb, so he'll come. But who he knows and what he was in, he'll come out and he'll go, "Do you know Heather Locklear?" And you'll go, "Yeah." And he goes, "She was in this, she was in this, she was in this, she was born in this." And I'm like, "But from Heather Locklear?" Or a couple of days ago, he was watching something. It was the old Looney Tunes movie. And he goes, "Yeah, it stars Brendan Fraser, Jenna Elfman, what is it, Steve Martin." And he does that kind of thing. So he gets really involved in it. But there's only a couple of things we'll sit down and watch. VCR is one of them. And Indiana Jones movies. He loves Indiana Jones movies. So we watched all 4 in a row, and he absolutely loved him. So for my son to sit there and keep his, you know what I mean, keep his concentration on something means he really likes it. So yeah, that was awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's it, Delphi. Yeah. How could I forget her? I remember in the Flintstones. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah, I did. Well, you see, that's the thing. It wasn't until that's not one of the nicest things about doing CSR with you two. You'll tell me stuff like that because I went through it like Aliens. I didn't watch Aliens till last year. None of them. I watched all four of them. I think I've said this before, but it wasn't until you and Matt went, no, it's not that, Shabs. It's not horror like that. It's done. So I watched the thing and I loved it. Then you told me about that one that was made about 10 years ago that was like the prequel to it. Loved it. Loved it. So I watched them both within 2 days. Thought they were fantastic. Really did. Yeah, she's beautiful. Yeah. Trevor, that's all. That's the thing. When you're on your own doing it, you don't know whether you're talking to me, you're talking to each other. Yeah, they were. I think they showed that, didn't they? BOE. They showed it at San Diego Comic-Con. You can get the dog that, and you get extra parts of the aliens coming out of the dog. I saw it on the NECA thing. I thought that's. I would never have one, but it's pretty cool. Yeah, it is. Oh, cheers! I appreciate it. Yeah, that's the way it should be. You know, I'm all for it. Listen, I didn't. It's like I said, and you hear this. You know, it's like a cliche of every person we make. Well, I didn't come in here to make it massive and this week I'll be this and that, and you know, I'll be so famous. I'll be hanging around with Kylie Minogue and that. No, I did it for the laugh, for the fun. You know, if you remember, it was you lot years ago that said, Shabby, you're going to make a YouTube video. You got to. I wasn't going to do it. It was you lot that said, and I thought, yeah, all right, I'll do it now. I love it. I know sometimes it can be a bit of a nightmare, but you all know what it's like. You've got real life, haven't you? You know, YouTube isn't paying my bills, so sometimes I'll go a week without making a video, and then I'll make a couple and I'll do this. But I prefer that for me anyway, because I always want to come across my videos like I'm having a good time. I don't want to sit there and say to you like, oh, before I show you this, the electric bill I got. Oh, my bloody kids are jamming. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to. I'd rather do it when I'm in the mood and this and that. But I love making them. I like that too. I like it when a video drops and people don't know when it's coming. You know, but saying the flip side of that, I also like it when I know a video's coming. Like Luke's on a Sunday, you like to sit down and watch Luke and that guy. Well, G-Force's Gauntlet runs or whatever. I enjoy it. It's fun. No way, man. No way. Wow. Wow, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I don't know what to say. It's weird. This sort of stuff. It's funny. I watch people's videos and I see stuff like this. And don't think, honestly, I want to say it now. Don't anybody in that chat think, oh, I have to send. You don't have to send anything ever. Do you know what I mean? I will never. I'm going through reading as many chats as I can, but I appreciate that. I really do. That's lovely of you. Wow. It's just weird. Super chances. Oh, I feel bad about that too, because I didn't feel bad at the time, and I've left it up because it is funny. That's a funny video. It is a funny video. But I remember about a month after it or something, I got this message of someone in Australia, believe it or not. And I'd never really seen this name on my comments or whatever. You know it yourselves, you know, when you read the comments of the people, usually it's the people that you know in it, and then you'll see a new one. And do you never get that too when you see a new name in your comments? You're like, who's this? Do you know what I mean? But it's awesome anyway. And he said, oh yeah, we sit there with your with our family, we all get together and we watch your videos, Shabby. And I thought, oh, that was awesome. But then I'd realised, oh man, we made that. So the thing is, I did put a warning at the start that this one has got language, but that's the last time I ever saw in a video. I never did it again, you know, because I think we don't understand that, do we? There's people's kids watching and there's people's wives watching and all. But it was funny. The way she did it was brilliant, yeah. So I have a playlist, for anyone who doesn't know, called Jen Knows Star Wars. My wife's videos are that's why I made her own playlist. She's hilarious on them. She really is. So. But what's the language? Yeah, I bet you can. I mean, look at that. Look how long you've been. 12 years, man. Not even longer than that, innit? 13 years. Amazing. Uh, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Sorry, lads. I keep jumping up and down and so forth. Yeah, absolutely brilliant figure. Loved it. Yeah, I see what you did there. I think that much money, about $35, 34 cents, so with tax about 37. So yeah, it's a little bit pricey, but I didn't mind buying it then. Is because I know I'm not going to go down the NECA route because that's, you know, they got, although that thing one they made in from the thing. What's he called? Kurt Russell. I forgot his name. Is it McGreedy? Something like that. Tez will know. And that figure looks pretty cool too. That looks awesome. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I might do. I might. It's funny that says talking about that. I had an old memory come up when Scuba. We did Scuba a customized coffee table. So I put on it that obviously the photography is by Tez, but it's nice looking back at that coffee table we made because all your artwork. I mean, the photography on the top, it came out awesome. That it really did. That was an awesome one. Bash your face. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, that's a great picture. Good old Gary Moore. Jeez. Oh, did you see Gary Moore on All the Chronicles? Did you see the smile on his face? Oh man, because they've just gone and got that big haul, haven't they? Him and Andy, that Star Wars haul. And some of the stuff they got was ridiculous, but the look on Gary's face is just like brilliant. And that's what I mean. We're not all the same. So there's some of us that are loud and and there's some of us that are quiet. But that doesn't mean no one is less or more important than anybody else. We're all in the same boat together. You've heard me say that before. I don't care if you've got a big toy room like ours. I don't care if you've got a bookshelf full of, you know what I mean. If you're part of this community, you're part of this community. It's not based on how much you can buy and what you've got. It's based on the love we have for pop culture. So. Yeah. I've never played. Oh, yeah, that's coming, isn't it? That is coming. If games got on invested it. Yeah, well, R2 bought one. It's impressive. I've got to admit, I've got a PlayStation 4 down here. I play FIFA, that kind of thing, but I haven't played it for months. Yeah. What, since September 2023 or 22, we've been asking for that GeForce. Yeah, I love all that sort of stuff, and I love watching it. I mean, there's so many people that can do it. And you look at some of the lads in our community that can make these dioramas. Wow, wow. Did you find the HasLab Ghost? Find it. You mean backed it? No, I didn't back it, my friend. Didn't back it, but it's beautiful. Whoever's got it, I commend you for getting it. I really did, because I know a couple of lads, women, are knowing about it and whatever, but it's amazing. Yeah, it's been ages. Me and our side wants it and he can't get it in England. So I pre-ordered it for him. When was that, GeForce? That it was Ken the Eagle on Big Bad Toy Store. It's a beautiful figure, but we're looking at least 18 months now. There you go, yeah. Nearly 2 years later. Hello, Georgie boy. Hey, George. Let's have GeForce. I'll carry on for another 10 minutes and then I'm done, guys. Then I'm done. Shabby, your son is going to be a movie. Yeah, he loves it all. Oh, thanks, Rob. Yeah, he loves all that. He loves it. Actually, you say that, and maybe it's because I haven't grown up knowing it. I enjoyed them all. And I remember years ago, me and Si went to see Prometheus, and I didn't really think, well, and our Si's looking at me like I'm an idiot, because I'm like, no, it was all right. Because I didn't know anything about aliens. But I watched this in with all my alien movies, and I loved it. I thought, oh, now I get what Si means. Now I get why Si likes this movie and so forth. And they should have done that from the beginning, really. Yeah, but it's just funny when you got a 10-year-old coming out and saying it. You know what I mean? It's some of the stuff he says. You're like, yeah, that's pretty true. Oh man! I tell you what I'll do then. With yours, keep on collecting and Scubas. I will do that. I will get the Playmobil. Man, I will get the Playmobil thing. I'll put it to. Well, I know you're a big Playmobil guy yourself, so. Wow, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. That's what I'll definitely do with it. Yeah, I think so. And I liked that other one. I watched the first Predator movie. I can't remember any others, but I watched that Prey, that Hulu one last year, and I loved that. I thought that was great with the Native Americans. It was brilliant. Really enjoyed it. Yeah, and I said to Si as well, Jonathan, I said, I can't see him making the rest of him now because there must not be that much demand for this Ken the Eagle because they would have done it by now. But even if there is, it's gonna be about another 2 or 3 years before another one comes out, innit? So, hello, PGM. Happy birthday, by the way, my friend. You just had your birthday. Man. Cheers, Wizzy. This is so strange. It's so strange. Thank you, my friend. That is awesome. Like I said, I'll put it towards a Magnum PI Playmobil. I appreciate that. PGM. I'm up for that. PGM. Let's have a look. Oh, wow. Thank you so much. Thank you, Detty. That's really nice of you, man. Cheers. Tidying up. Is it all nice and spick and span at the Detties? Brilliant. You gotta love Keith Knight, though, George, for that. I'd say he wrote this thing. We were all talking about Keith Knight a couple of nights ago. He wrote this thing on Facebook about YouTubing and so forth, and it was brilliant. If you follow Keith Knight, I highly recommend you to read what he wrote. It made so much sense. But it's Keith Knightisms. Do you know what I mean? So he's full of swearing. He's brilliant. I'd never change. I love him for that. He is so funny. I've always liked him, and he's so talented. Like, you've seen his Playmobil and what he can do. And a big West Ham guy. He's got his West. I saw him in that Barbie thing with his West Ham t-shirt on. Brilliant. That's it. Yeah, McGreedy. Look at me. Hey, the Thing. Big fan. Yeah. You see that? Oh no, you've got to. You suit swearing. You suit it. Well, yeah, listen, the way I work it out is, like I said, we've all got families and we've all got commitments, we've all got bills, we've all got work and all that. This is a form of escapism. I look at this like, I don't want to come in here, and I've done it a few times, the Shabby rants and this and that, and I think, shut up, Shabby, no one wants to listen to you going on about how much a effing figure is, you know? So I stopped doing it. But yeah, I just enjoy it. And it's like we met you through Tez and that's what it's all about. Now, most of these lads in this community. And that's one of the things that I can speak for Tez and Matt about this. I can speak for both of us. We're very proud of the people that watch us. Very proud. Because we watch it. We see the chat going up and we see you. And for you, always take your time out to welcome somebody new or to be nice to somebody new. So it's not just me, Matt and Tez. That's why I always say in every ZSR, it's not just us three. It's all of us. We're all CSR together. And because like we said, you've all built it, all of us. I mean, we've had names that are in this chat now that have been here since day one, which is lovely. But, new people that come along, you welcome them. And it's a great feeling. And that's what I meant before about when you lot go to Echo and you go to Star Wars Celebration or wherever, and you've got pictures taken with yourself. And I'm thinking, wow, look at that. That's exactly what it's all about, So I love all that. Oh, yeah, that's right. It's Smuggler's birthday today. I saw that. This happy birthday, Christian. Keith. What time is it now? 53. So I'm going to end in a minute. But I didn't know I was going to go for 2 hours. I thought I'll only go for an hour. But you lot have been chatting away. This has been brilliant. I'm going to... All right. I am going to open them on videos. I just wanted to show you something today. But... what we will do is, if some of you have come in late and you don't know what I've shown, it wouldn't be a shabby. It would. God, I pressed the wrong button. What I was saying, if you've come in late, it wouldn't be a shabby video without a gallery. So let's have a look at Shabby's gallery of what I've picked up recently. I can just imagine not that bloody music again, Shams. Not that music. I love it. I love it. There's two pieces of music, the Shabby theme song that I've played it since day one, and now that one. And every chance I get, I think I've got to be. I remember Tony Hart when we were kids. Do you remember? And Tony Hart's music, I got that too. That do 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 do. But I got a copyright on it, so I thought, no, I better not use that. So I went through and I found that, and every chance I can get, I'll use it. So. Oh, yeah, we missed out. Hello, Marco. Hiya, pal. Lovely to see you. Oh, but he's in the safe too. Oh, listen, you took your time out to watch it. That means the world to me. Thank you so much. I will do. I'll keep going. I love doing it. I'm not going to stop. You know, like I say, you might see a video in 2 days. You might see one in a week, but I'll always do this until I'm fed up with it, which you lot make it funny. You lot make it a laugh. And I think I speak for the YouTubers that do this. People like yourselves that watch us and support us and like us, you spur us on to make more and do more videos and so forth. So yeah, I'll definitely carry on. I love doing it. Yeah, he is. He really is. Honestly. So, and it's nice. We always say nice things about people, but I genuinely mean it. If you've not seen Keith Knight's Playmobil Customs, it is unbelievable. It really is. He's an amazing job. No problem, pal. So I'm trying to get it down here as fast as I can, and then I can finish it up. So open. I am going to do that. I've got up here. Now I've got these lights and I've got those new shelves. I'm going to open every one of those Transformers. But what I was thinking was I'm not going to review him. I'm no Connor's, Fuller's figures. I can do all the articulation and this and that. He does a great job at it. And Brian. And so, and it's out of my comfort zone. And I noticed that when we do Motor Origin, sometimes I'll do it and I'll try and talk. But I'm like, I really know how to say the boot on this is perfect without sounding like a plum. Do you know what I mean? So I was thinking, I might ask Tez or somebody who loves Transformers, and we'll open them on a live stream. We'll do a live stream like this, and I'll open them on a live stream, and then Tez is perfect for it. He can tell me all about the figure and what they were. And if you'd like that, if you'd like us to do a live stream like that, then just write, yeah, we'd love to see that. If not, tell me to get to France. So, no. Yeah, Shabby Gallery, Kieran. For those who don't, I've told this story before. For those who don't know, when I was 18, I was at this hotel on the Isle of Skye, of all places. Which, if you're not from the UK, it's island off mainland Scotland, right at the top, and it's a lot of sailors coming in and out from Norway and Scandinavia and that kind of thing. And I took a job in the bar there. Was just a part-time when I was a kid, and they had a small bar at the back of this hotel we used to work at. It was all full of regulars. And it's funny because most of them speak like Gaelic there in the TV. And it was a great experience as a kid. But there's one fellow in there, and he looked like, he had one of those faces all screwed up. It looked like Popeye in real life. Do you know what I mean? He was an old sailor, and he retired, but he loved the drink, loved it. So his missus, they're in his 60s, 70s. And his missus used to send him in, and the first thing he did when he walked in, he'd always sit at the bar. He wouldn't sit on the table. Always sit at the bar, right? Vodka and peppermint. I'll never forget it. Vodka and peppermint. That's what he drank. But his missus would give you a note. She won't come with him, but she'd send him with his note, right? You'd open this note and it'd say to the bartender, because there's like, different shifts, different people. He can only have this tonight, and then that's it. You're gonna have to cut him off, because this fellow will drink till he's, and because he was in his 70s, he probably could handle it, but his age and everything else. So his missus would always have this note to say how much he can have. And you always knew, he knew as well, he must have read the note on it, because he knew when his cut-off was, because he'd turn around and say, oh, Mark, hey, Mark, you look very handsome today. Oh, Mark, is that a new trousers? You saw it nice. And then he go, can you just throw us in one more? Usually you would. You go, yeah, you can have one more. Don't tell your missus, whatever. But there was one night he got a little bit tempered as well, and he's having these drinks, and he said, Mark, just fill that up for us. I said, I can't, mate. I said, I've already let you have an extra one, and I can't do it. And his face, and then he went, what the France? Like that, right? And I went, what? And he went, what the France? And I thought, oh, That is brilliant. That is that. And that was I was eight. I'm 47 now. I'll be 48 in a couple of months. So I've been saying what the fans for 30 years. It just stuck with me. Just I've never heard anything like it before. This old bloke. What the France? So I thought, that's brilliant. So that's where that came from. Hey, Geek Strong. I've been talking to Geek Strong this morning. He wrote to me about Pee Wee. Bless him. Bless him. Sad that. Really sad. Oh, cheers. Well, you've got about... I'm going to get down as much as I can because I've done 2 hours. And honestly, I know it's Monday night and Tuesday morning for you Aussies. So for you to come in and spend your time with me, thank you all so much. I really, really appreciate it. I really do. Oh, thanks, mate. Yeah, good night. Yeah, I am going to finish because I know it's late for you lads in England, so I'm definitely going to do it. I'm loving Geek Strong's video. I don't know whether he hasn't changed his format. He hasn't done that, but he's done something different. I'm really enjoying him. Geek Strong's a video you're going to put on, isn't it? Oh, yeah, I'll watch that, you know. So, yeah, Geek Strong's a good one. Hey, good old Scotty boys here. I love his videos too. You do. And it's funny, isn't it? You watch people that have relatively started and you can see yourself like, oh, yeah, they start. And you can see them getting better and better. And you're like, yeah, this is awesome, man. This is awesome. That's in on his room. Right. If you lot stop chatting, then I can finish up. Let's have a look. Hello, Keith. Thank you. Yeah, cheers, DTM. I appreciate that, mate. Can you imagine? My wife goes mad. Right. What did she say to me? I was telling the lad, she said something to me a couple of weeks ago. It's like, how do you breathe and do something at the same time? Because I'm crap at multitasking. I have this. I don't know whether you've seen it or not. A few of us. I have this little meme, this little GIF I have where it's me hitting the drums. I only hit it 3 times. Boom, boom, boom. And I always think when one of the lads tells a joke or says something, I put that GIF out. Boss Bounty said to me, Shabby, he said, the look of concentration on your face when you made that video. And then I thought, what does he mean? So I watched it back. It's only like a 3-second clip, but I'm like that. Like proper concentrated. Oh, yeah. And then Stu, Universal Toy Collector, said it this was about a year ago, Boss said that. And then Stu, about 2 days ago, went, Shabby, how long did it take you to make that GIF? I said, about a week. Oh, my voice is going. Can you hear it? Yeah, I think I will. I'm definitely going to ask Artez. Yeah, they are. I'll definitely ask Artez because I couldn't do a Transformer one without Tez. You know. Yeah, well, I've got about. I don't think I'll transform it. I don't think I'll transform it on Sheen, but I want to open them all. I'm tired of just looking at the bottoms of them all red and them. They are awesome, aren't they? They're really cool. It's the 86 line I collect. And some of you lads have sent some in, so it's a shame just leaving them in boxes like that when I can open them all up. Beautiful place, isn't it, Biker? Beautiful place. Oh, I appreciate you. I told you were mentioned. I said, yeah, you get mentioned, Rob. I love that story. I love that story. Don't say you'll make me cry. I mean, poor Pee Wee. I know. It's horrible. Oh. Thank you, pal. They do. Yeah, hit that like button. Yeah, it's just funny. It's you'll do it yourself. You'll pick up stuff that you've picked up from people, but I've said it for years. Do you know what I mean? And it's just something that's stuck with me. It really has. Right, let's have a look. Oh, I don't think it's with little effort. I've got to admit. I think the way I work it out is if you do what's comfortable for you. A lot of lads say to me, "Oh, Shabby do shorts or Shabby do this and Shabby." It's not me. I'm not one to do that. And I think if you start, this is just my opinion, if you start changing your format or what you do to fit in like the new and upcoming thing that's coming out as well, you're not yourself anymore, right? So that's why I don't really, and it takes me especially so long to get to somewhere like with the editing and the music and all that. then you have to change it just to get more subs, whatever. No, I'm keeping mine as it is. So you should keep yours as it is too. That's what a GeForce video is about, you know, talking to you and just the way you do it. Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, like, well, it's like this gauntlet runs, GeForce does, goes out, and then our side's watching it all the time. But I need this, I need that, I need this. Anyway, I think that is it. We are down at the bottom. What can I say? It's been awesome. I just wanted to share a couple of things with you. I just wanted to talk to you for a couple of hours. And you lads have been brilliant. The lads have sent super chats. Honestly, that's very nice. That's, you know, it's overwhelming really that someone would do that. So I appreciate that a lot. But anyway, please like, please subscribe. We have a Patreon if you'd like to join that. It helps the channel grow so I can make live stream videos like this. But apart from all that, you're awesome. I love you all. Absolutely brilliant, lads. I'll see you soon. ZSR this week, I think we're on, whose channel are we on? Matt's. We're on Matt's channel on ZSR. So all the best. I'll speak to you all soon. All right. Take it easy.